My name is Mrs. McKinney and I am the choir teacher here at Mead High School, and I am super excited that you are interested in joining choir. I would love to tell you all about the program, but it is so much more helpful for you to hear it from my students, so I would like to let them do most of the talking.
Describe your favorite Mead choir memory.
My favorite Mead choir memory. Man, oh man, that's a lot of surfing in the old time space continuum. Hold up. What's this? It's probably got to be at CBC last year when we placed. I think that was probably the most excited I'd ever gotten over singing in a while. So that's probably that.
Some of the friendships you've made through this program.
I kind of had a few friends coming in, but I didn't have a lot of friends in the soprano section, which was super cool coming in. And then just meeting a whole bunch of people who shared the same passion I do.
If I were an incoming freshman completely new to the program, what would you tell me about Mead choir?
The real choir is the friends you make along the way. Choir is about friendship and family, though. It is just one big family, so don't like freak out about reaching out to other people because they're all there for you.
Detail what it's like to have the opportunity to perform on stage with the choir.
It's like having a lot of people support you, because I feel like when I'm doing a solo it's like really fun and I love performing, but when I have a lot of people around me to support me, it just brings like a lot more of like this fun thing, because like we're like all doing it together and we've been working really hard as like a community to put this show together, and it's just like really fun because you have people around you supporting you, and just like you all come together and do something that's really cool and special, and it's a lot of fun.
What's the rehearsal process like?
We spend a lot of time learning our parts and then singing together. Miss McKinney goes over each part for the most part, and there's a lot of tone work and making sure our notes are right, which is hard, but not as hard as you'd think. And it's a big collaborative process. You work with the other people in your section and you work with the director to make this whole beautiful sound.
What other activities do you do outside of choir, and what is it like balancing those with choir?
So I am in ASB and I do theater, and so choir for me is just kind of like another fun after school activity. I mean, I do definitely have to work it into my schedule, but you'll make time, I can promise you that.
When did you realize that you were in the right place?
When I first started choir, I just felt like I belonged, and just being able to sing with other people was great.
So in concert choir, it's a choir made up of tenor, bass, soprano, and alto. So anybody, any tenor or bassist can join concert choir, and any soprano or alto who have done 2 years of another music ensemble can join concert choir. We do really any kind of music. We do contemporary music, so like more modern stuff, like arrangements of like maybe Disney pieces or like pieces from musicals. But then we also do traditional American songs, like Homeward Bound, and other things like Oh Danny Boy, and then like Renaissance music, like stuff you'd hear in like an old medieval church. We'll sing that from time to time, and it's really just so fun to learn all this kind of music because it just broadens your horizons.
Treble choir is the choir that's for incoming sopranos and altos, since we have more of those than we have of tenors and basses, and anybody can go into that choir if you have the right voice, soprano and alto. It's low requirement, and it's easier music, so you get to kind of feel even if you've never been in a choir before, you get to kind of feel the feeling of being in it for the first time, and it gets you used to the requirements, the feeling of being in an ensemble, and while also being a lot of fun.
Describe jazz. What do you got? Describe jazz.
Jazz choir is a audition process choir, so around May we have auditions for jazz. You sing some sight reading stuff, some scales, and if you get in, we sing a lot of jazz music, and it's kind of a more I want to say like rigorous class, in the sense that you have to be there at 7 a.m. It is a 0-hour period. Plus, you also have to be in a additional choir music program. So, for example, I'm in jazz and concert.
Thank you so much to all of my students for sharing about your experiences and talking up the program. The one thing that I make them let me tell you, because it's kind of confusing, is how we actually register for choir. So when you register for your classes, whether you're a middle school student or a high school student or coming from out of the district, you can register for whichever choir you're the most interested in, jazz, concert, or treble, and then I will get in touch with you once I see my list about which choir you should actually be in. Concert choir and treble choir don't need any audition. We'll just check at the start of the year that you can match pitch and figure out what section you should be in. None of the rest of that matters. Jazz choir does have auditions. We usually put out the audition information around the end of March, right before spring break, and then auditions happen around the 3rd week of April. So look for that information on our website, or if you're in the district with your counselor or your middle school choir director. Thanks so much for your interest in choir. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. My contact info is on Mead's website. We would love to see you here next year.